Right now, somewhere, someone is lowering themselves into a tub of ice, filming it, obviously, gasp, they grit their teeth, they feel powerful, and they are quietly making their gains worse. They just do not know it yet, because nobody sells suffering like the recovery industry. Cold plunge, kill the soreness, come back a beast. Here's the part they leave off the label, in the hour after you lift. Cold plunge is not recovery, it is sabotage, and the proof has been sitting in the research for 10 years. The $4,000 ice tub crowd are not going to read it to you, so I will. Quick thing, this is the Recovery Science series. 7 videos. We take a recovery myth everyone repeats, and we autopsy it. Subscribe, so you stop getting played by people with podcasts and ice barrels. Now, back to the tub. Here's why this myth refuses to die. It feels incredible. You hit the cold, your heart slams, norepinephrine floods in, you feel sharp, awake, superior. That feeling is real. I'm not arguing with the feeling, but that feeling is not your muscles growing. It is your nervous system having a small panic attack. Those are not the same thing, not even close. And this is the con at the center of modern fitness. We started judging recovery by how hardcore it feels. The cold plunge feels like discipline, like virtue, like content. It does not feel like what it actually is. Attacks on your results. Quick boundary, because the comments will try this on me. I am talking about one thing, cold water, right after lifting, for building muscle, not your mood, not your focus, not endurance. Those benefits are real. Different video, different day. But if you lift to get bigger, that plunge is not innocent. It mutes the exact signal you trained to switch on. And to get why, you need to meet the signal. First, let me kill the myth you've been fed since school. Muscle growth is not mostly about damage. Tear it down, build it back bigger. That is a bedtime story. What growth actually runs on is a signal, a chain of events that tells the muscle, build. The boss of that chain is a protein called mTOR, spelled M-T-O-R, said mTOR. mTOR is the on switch for new muscle. Flip it on. Your body lays down new protein. Fibers grow, mute it, and you trained for nothing. 3 things flip that switch. Together, tension, the load, metabolic stress, the burn, and the repair response. Right after your last rep, that repair response includes inflammation. And here's where the wellness internet loses its mind. Inflammation, the big scary word. Reduce it, ice it, kill it. But the inflammation after training is not the bad kind. It is local, controlled, and completely on purpose. When you finish a hard set, your muscle sends out messengers, cytokines, with names like interleukin-6 and TNF-alpha. They are not damage, they are a work order. They call in satellite cells, the repair crew. Those cells fuse onto the fiber and hand over their nuclei, more long-term power to build, and that build window stays open for hours. It is not a problem to fix. It is the entire point of the session. And the cold plunge walks in and shuts it all down. Cold water does one thing, brutally fast. It slams your blood vessels shut. Blood bails out of the muscle and runs for your core. So the work order never gets delivered. The cytokines, the repair crew, the blood, all choked off. And yes, you feel less sore. That part is true. But you now know what the soreness was riding along with. Less soreness is not proof it worked. It is the receipt for the gains you just deleted. And there is a second hit. Cold is a stressor. Your cells feel it. A sensor called MPK wakes up, and an MPK leans on the mTOR switch, pushing it down. So you are muffling the build signal from 2 directions at once. Now, receipts, because this channel does not run on vibes. Roberts, 2015, the Journal of Physiology. 12 weeks, trained men. One group plunged after every session. The other just did easy movement. The cold group built less muscle, full stop. Weaker anabolic signaling, lazier satellite cells, and in that study, their strength gains took a hit too. Fife, 2019, Journal of Applied Physiology. Same story on size, cold blunted the growth. Same year, cold even flattened the post-workout testosterone rise. Then Pinheiro, 2024, a full meta-analysis. 8 studies pooled. The verdict: post-lift cold tends to shrink your gains. This is not one rogue paper. It is a pile. If a single ice tub bro has not rage quit yet, subscribe. 6 more myths in this series, each one this uncomfortable. Now here's where I lose the clickbait crowd, because the honest answer is messier than a thumbnail. On muscle size, the studies basically agree. Cold blunts it. On strength, they argue argue with each other. Robert saw strength drop. Fife did not. Different people, different training age, different lifts tested. Every other channel will hand you a clean villain. Cold is poison, or cold is king. Pick a jersey. I'm not going to insult you like that. If you want size, the evidence is clearly against post-lift cold. If you chase pure strength, it is genuinely murkier. That is not me dodging. That is the data refusing to be a headline. But here's the twist the ice tub crowd skips right over. It was never really about the cold. It is about when. Fix the timing. And almost all of this just evaporates. Every study that caught cold red-handed did the same thing. They plunged the second the session ended, right on top of the build window. So the fix is not to smash your ice tub. It is to stop dunking at the worst possible moment. The build signal screams loudest in the first few hours. So give it room. Wait 4 to 6 hours after lifting. Plunge inside that window. You gag the signal at its peak. Wait it out. And the cold barely lays a finger on your gains. That is the whole hack. One number. 4 to 6 hours. If you came for the nuance the gurus skip, subscribe. That is the entire channel. Now, who actually gets a free pass on this? Because cold water is not the enemy. It is a tool. And a tool is only dumb when you use it for the wrong job. And cue the comment. But every pro athlete ice baths. Yeah, they do. And here's the bit that gets missed. A pro mid-season is not chasing maximum muscle. They are surviving a fixture list that would break you. Their job is to show up on game day, not to grow. For them, bouncing back fast beats a little extra size. Different goal, different right answer. Here's who gets to plunge. Guilt-free. Multi-session athletes. Training twice a day. Cold helps you function. Endurance athletes. Not chasing size. Eam-Tor worry barely applies. Fresh injuries. Localized ice for swelling. Totally standard. And peaking powerlifter. The strength data is mixed. The soreness relief helps you grind. The tool is fine. It is the one-size-fits-all marketing that is rotten. So, the actual playbook. Your goal is building muscle. No cold plunge in the 4 to 6 hours after you lift. Guard that window. Inside it, move gently, walk, easy mobility, keep the blood flowing, crave the cold, take a contrast shower instead, warm and cold. The warm phases keep blood moving, less interference. Still want the full plunge. Then schedule it like an adult. Morning dunk, train in the afternoon, train tonight, dunk tomorrow morning, and keep it sane. 5 to 10 minutes, 10 to 15 degrees. Colder and longer is not more discipline. It is just colder and longer. Here is my honest take. Come fight me below. The cold plunge blew up because suffering photographs well. It is hard. It looks elite. It makes a great reel, but hard and useful are not the same word. We turned recovery into a personality contest, and for most people chasing muscle, the ice tub is a flex tax. You pay it. At the exact moment it costs you the most, right after the session that was supposed to grow you. That is not discipline. That is theater. So, cold plunge is not the villain. The unexamined cold plunge is. You own a real tool with real perks. It is just not a muscle tool. In the hour after you train, in that window, it quietly mugs the signal you work for. The fix is not magic. It is timing. Train. Guard the window. Then, enjoy your cold. On purpose. That is the recovery science series. Next up, the one that really starts fights. You're probably not overtrained. You're just underslept. Subscribe so it lands in your feed when it drops. Evidence, not marketing. Now, do your worst. Drop a comment. Cold plunge after lifting. Defend it or admit it. No middle ground.